Good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are at. Welcome to Mentor Mornings, guys. Okay, so check this out. Bullets were raining down all around him. He was all by himself. His unit, almost his entire unit, was mowed down and severely injured. And the only way to safety was down an extremely steep cliff. Desmond Doss was an American soldier in World War II who was drafted into the army, and his religion prevented him from carrying a gun. His religion prevented him from engaging in combat. And because of that, he was subject to a lot of ridicule from the other people inside of his unit. So Desmond served as a conscientious objector, and he functioned as a field medic in Okinawa, and his unit was up on top of a cliff when they came under fire. Hey, Dira, good to see you on here, brother. So his unit was up on top of this cliff, and they came under fire, and most of them were mowed down, and Desmond he made the choice to save them. And so under fire, he went and received and lowered nearly 75 people, one at a time, down a cliff to safety. And because of that, he received a Medal of Honor from President Truman after that. And there's two real prominent stories of courage that are worth addressing here. First off was Desmond's his commitment to living a principled life. So in the face of all this extreme pressure from people outside, from his unit, from the army, from the military, the social pressure, he stood firm in saying, no, I will not carry a weapon. That is a massive amount of courage and a commitment to himself. When external circumstances are forcing us into a position, that's a demonstration of living by our own, what can we control inside, despite the pressure, despite the fear. And then the second was his actual actions of saving these people while under fire. Marcus Aurelius says, it is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. Never beginning to live. Hey, welcome to Mentor Mornings, guys. If you appreciate this, please hit the thumbs up and share if you feel like it is worthwhile. If you are not subscribed, do so now so you can join us every morning with Mentor Mornings. So while most of us will never be put into the position that Desmond Doss was put into, we face the opportunities almost daily to display courageous actions inside of our life. So what Marcus, when Marcus says never beginning to live, we have to stop and think about that. It's obvious that you and I are alive. Like, we eat, we sleep, we laugh, we spend time with people. That makes us alive, doesn't it? And so, when we really look at it, so Marcus was saying never really being alive. How can we figure that out? What does that mean? So if you were to look at your life today and you were to rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being massively alive, 10 being the absolute peak of what being alive would be, where would you rate yourself today? So, hey, hello from Montana. So, okay, so now assuming that we could, what would you need to do inside of your life to add on 2 points? To add 2 points on, to take it up 2 points to feeling more alive inside of your life? Immediately we begin to think about our dreams, our desires, the things that we could do inside of our lives that would light us up and make us feel like we were truly living. We can grab a hold of that passion, we start to feel it. And then usually what happens is the next thing that comes into our mind is what stops us. What is it that prevents us from taking those steps? And the thing that stops us, the things that come in, they all sound really convincing, don't they? There are usually very good reasons that, at least inside of our minds, why we don't take those steps, why we can't have that thing, why we can't, have that experience or achieve this goal. Mark Twain says, courage is resistance to fear, mastery of fear, not absence of fear. So to boldly interpret what Marcus Aurelius was saying, it would be that overcoming fear, pursuing your dreams and desires is what creates a life worth telling about. That meekness is the instigator to a small life. So when Abraham Lincoln, a former president of the United States, when he first conceived the idea of running for president, was he so ready for the position that he did not feel fear? I highly doubt it. And then when S.B. Fuller, we talked about him in a few videos back, when he gambled his entire life savings in order to buy his first business, were there legitimate reasons why he should have played it safe? Most definitely. And so these guys stared fear in the face and they acted anyway. And so sitting on a porch, however many years from now, before say you're 90 or 95, looking back across your life, what actions would you have wanted yourself to take now in order to live fully? Looking through the eyes of that older version of yourself, what would you now change? So bold action, win or lose, is what feeds the fire of life and spirit. John F. Kennedy said, there is, in addition to a courage with which men die, a courage by which men must live. If you guys want to learn more about the laws and the principles that leaders have put in place in our past, grab that free PDF down below. It's the 3 laws by which leaders have lived. And thank you so much, guys, for watching Mentor Mornings. Hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already, and I will see you tomorrow. Rise unconquered, my friends.